Well, what a difference a week makes. And first things first, I don't have much of an update on last week's news. Remember last week's video? I was talking about the allotment site, so the garden centre that's over there, own this whole site. That you can see behind me here, all the allotments, 200 plus allotments. The garden centre own the land that the allotments are on and run the allotment scheme. And the garden centre has been sold. So no update on that. I think it's going to be a bit of a slow burner. You know, they've got all the businessy stuff to sort out and whatnot in there. So I don't expect to be hearing anything about that anytime soon. On the good side, I guess, on the upside, some of the comments on the last video that I put out, people who know the new people who've bought the garden centres say they've got a good reputation, they're quite community minded. So that's a little bit of a positive, a little bit of a sort of good feeling coming from that it might not be all doom and gloom and disaster and things going wrong. Speaking of doom and gloom, you might notice it's not a bad day here. Let's just have a little bit of a spin around and see what the weather's like. You can see it's a bit overcast. I've got my little lightweight fleece on and it's not cold by any stretch of the imagination. So it's all right. I think weather forecast, I think this is all going to burn off and it's actually going to be quite a nice day. Yesterday was beautiful. What a wonderful day. It was probably touching on 20 degrees centigrade, sunshine, not a cloud in the sky. It was wonderful. What a brilliant day to be at work. Anyway, but today, you know, a little bit cooler, overcast, supposed to get nicer. But all is not well. It has not always been that warm. Remember, I think was it last week I was chatting about the really sort of cold snap that we've had around here. And last week, was it last week? The last week or the week before, we had some really, really cold temperatures. And we were down to, I think Alexa, I checked the temperature in Alexa in the house, and it was 0 degrees one day. I was like, oh no. But I thought everything was all right. 0 degrees, not too bad. Alas, all is not right. And we must have had a frost, I think. And we've got a little Facebook group that sort of does the allotments where we all chat to each other about different things and whatnot. And somebody put on their little temperature monitor, they had a low recorded of -1.3 last week at the allotments. So it's definitely been a bit cool. But alas, it's had a little bit of an impact on some things. I can't quite believe that it's like, what are we now? We're middle of September. So, you know, we're going to sort of early mid-September when that sort of really low temperature came, and we've had that frost already. I wouldn't be expecting it normally for at least another month, probably at the earliest. So it's a bit nuts that we've had one already. And I guess this year has just been full of crazy weather, hasn't it? If you think about, I just think about these videos that I've done all the way throughout the year, and there's been a theme of just crazy weather. Earlier in the year, we had weird sort of drought conditions when it was cool. We've had wet conditions. We've had 10 million slugs coming along and all the rain. We've not really had much of a summer to speak of. It's been a bit dull. It's been a bit wet. We've been hoping for an Indian summer, and now is the hope that it's getting warm. But obviously last week we had a bit of a glitch in the matrix, and let me just spin you around here and show you what I'm talking about. So this was the first thing I saw that's been affected, and these are my poor little courgette plants, and look at the state of them. Look at this. They've gone all sort of brown and crispy, and this is all frost damage on here. So the frost has come in and damaged all the leaves there. I think the plants are pretty much done for. I mean, we can have a look a little bit closer in there. There's a couple of courgettes in there. There's a couple of sort of ones that are going a bit fusty, a bit rotten, but it's all the same all the way along here with all the courgette plants. You can see the same. We'll get the one or two good ones off the back there and have a look at the state of this. How sad and sorry does that look? I mean, look at the state of that. I don't even think there's any courgettes left on this one, actually. I think that can just come out and find its way into the compost heap. Again, with this one, there's a couple of suspect looking yellow ones in there, so I think they're probably gonna go the journey as well. But alas, let's have a little wander along here and see what else I've noticed that's taken a little bit of a battering, and that's the sweet peas. This obelisk sort of thing was already leaning over. I think the weight of the sweet peas, they've been so good this year, the sweet peas, it's been pushed over. And you can see there's still some blooms on there, but if we come round here And have a little look down here. You can see the plants are all starting to die off. So really need to get in and about there. Get that tidied up, get that sorted out, take off the last of the blooms, you know, take them home, give them to mum and dad and whatnot. And there'll be some lovely flowers to end the season with, but I think they need to come out. And coming around here, pretty much the same story over here. These ones actually look a little bit worse, so they all need taken out, all need sorting. The obelisk again, it's just starting to lean over. So I think, yeah, we'll get them taken out, and I might store the obelisks actually in the polytunnel over the winter, and it's just going to help protect them. so I'm just laughing on the way past, right? This, you remember earlier in the year, right? We did this project and we put these archways in, and I was dead chuffed, right? I was chuffed to bits with them and how it looks, and I got them all set up, and I thought, right, we'll grow squash, right? We'll grow squash all the way over it, and they will look absolutely wonderful. Imagine 3 archways like this with loads of little squashes, so it's not a pain to sort them out with the weight, and it'll look fabulous. And we did the project, and there's a video out there of me setting it all up and doing it. You can go and have a look. I'll put a link in the description down below, and you can sort of see that in there. But honestly, the weather, the squash has never ever taken off, right? And I will show you the grand sum. Like last year, honestly, I cannot. Last year the squash was great. We had brilliant squash last year. But funnily enough, last year we had terrible courgettes and brilliant squash. This year we've got terrible squash and brilliant courgettes. Anyway, let's have a look down here. Look at these sad little plants down here. Look at them. They've obviously been hit with the frost as well, and they're just dying off. They're completely done. The bit of beetroot that I've used to fill the beds is actually looking all right. And look, let's go and look at this, honestly, man, look at this. Look, here is the grand total of squash I have managed to grow. Let me just put my hand there so you can see the size of it. You can see the ginormousness of that squash in there. It is absolutely massive. And we've got another plant there. There was one at the end there, and it was so bad I actually ended up taking it out. Anyway, although some things are coming to an end, you know, it is heading towards winter, but there's still plenty of stuff going on around here. And I've come up here today. I'm not going to film. I can't film and do sort of everything. There's still some good stuff on the go. We're still looking all right. There's still new stuff going out. Very soon, you know, the onions and garlic, the overwintering ones, will be going out in the next couple of months there. But still at this time of year, when it's not, well, when we're not having frost, I can still get plenty of leafy greens out. And let me just show you these, what I've got to do today. So going out today, we've got some mizuna, we've got some pak choi, we've got some purple sprouting broccoli that is miles behind where it should be. And we've got some lettuce there, and I can't read my writing on the label to say what sort of lettuce. And they're looking good, they look beautiful, they look brilliant, great little plants. So they're looking all right. The leeks are coming on lovely, they're coming on smashing. And let me just show you this over here. Was this last weekend or the weekend before? We got all this planted out. We've got more lettuce in here. We've got some spring onions, and I think we've got some radish at the end here. They're looking okay-ish again. I think they've been battered a little bit by the weather. So since I've put them in, they've not really done anything. But next job's on my list. Look, everything just needs tidying up. Ready for going into the winter. We've got weeds over there. We've got nettles growing through the fence from next door. We've got beans over here that need harvesting there, looking smashing. And it's a case of getting all the beds sorted and tidied up. We've got onions over here to pick, potatoes to harvest. We've got beds to prep. We've got beds to tidy up. There's so much to be done. Anyway, speaking of so much to be done, that is me done for today. I am off to get some jobs done, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now, folks.